Every calorie intake calculator asks for activity level. So I'm assuming this is like a MyFitnessPal, the Apple Watch or something like that, right? Generally, options are something like this: either sedentary, which is like an office job, light exercise 1 to 2 times a week, moderate exercise, which is 3 to 5 times a week, heavy exercise 6 to 7 times a week, or you're an athlete, you're exercising twice a day. She's not sure which one she should select. She exercises 6 days a week at the gym. She does lifting, pushes herself hard, but after getting out of the gym, not moving much. Feels wrong to select heavy exercise, she's saying, because she goes to the gym 6 days a week, but then is kind of sedentary the rest of the time. What do we think about this? This is an excellent question. And we have seen at conferences multiple times where they do presentations on activity level, and they talk about how people who are not athletes, not even gym goers, but are in movement frequently throughout the day, have much better health outcomes and fitness levels than people who spend an hour killing it at the gym every morning at 6 a.m. and then they sit the whole rest of the day.
That's great.
So this is a great question because it brings to light the fact that just because you are doing gym time for 6 days a week for an hour, if you are sitting the rest of the time, you are actually at a higher risk than someone who maybe has a job where they're moving all the time.
Yes.
Yeah. As far as what to put in the activity tracker, I think while it's okay to say that you're doing either moderate or heavy exercise because you are having those days a week, one thing I want to be sure of is the whole reason that it's in the exercise tracker and the activity tracker is not so it can add calories for you to eat back because of your exercise. This is something we have a big struggle with some of our patients because they're confused with the activity tracker. We give them, a carbohydrate, a protein, maybe a calorie threshold. But then if they work out a lot, their app will say they can eat 500, 800 more calories. That's not the point of physical activity.
Yeah, I totally agree. I agree on both points. NEAT is non-exercise activity thermogenesis. That's the first point Michelle was making. It plays a much bigger role in weight loss than formal exercise does.
Yes.
Our ancestors did not join a YMCA. I always say they didn't. They were just physically active people during the day. They walked places and so forth, right? So in terms of your weight, that seems to do a really good job. And the sitting business is apparently a pretty bad thing for human beings, long periods of sitting and so forth. Now, look, I do think that, the hour-long exercise thing does help with strength and coordination, and it has benefits, right? But I wouldn't look to it to be your a primary modality to treat your weight. And so, just don't look at it that way. And that leads to the second point, which is, I wouldn't use those calories and say, I get all these extra calories. I have found that in a lot of people just doesn't add up, and they don't end up losing weight when they use those figures like that. And so over the years, that has not panned out in a lot of our patients.
Yeah. So having said that, honestly, if it is going to change the calorie goal in your activity tracker, if you put heavy exercise to where it's confusing, you don't want to eat more, but it's telling you can, put in sedentary then, right? Because you do have an office job, it sounds like. So most of the time you are sedentary, but just know that that doesn't mean what you're doing doesn't count. It just means you got to really more so focus on throughout the day at your job, getting up and moving, walk and refill your water bottle, walk and go to the bathroom, go down the stairs and back up if you didn't have a purpose, right? Just do movement at least every 30 to 60 minutes. Get up out of your chair and move.